The Syrian president has warned rebel fighters that they cannot topple his government. Bashar al-Assad told an Egyptian newspaper that armed groups lack popular support, and he described their acts as terrorism against the state. But Assad says he is still prepared to negotiate to end the conflict. On the ground, there's been more fighting and bloodshed. Activists say dozens died in an air attack on a fuel station near Syria's border with Turkey. And Syrian forces have arrested more than 100 people at the Yarmouk Palestinian refugee camp in southern Damascus. Rory Challens reports.
Activists say dozens of people died here, caught in the inferno of an Al-Raqqa province fuel station the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights claims was hit by a government airstrike. The amateur footage shows the charred, smoking remains of cars and trucks. According to one activist, this was the only filling station in the area still working, and so was crowded with people. As dusk fell over Tel Abyad on the Syria-Turkey border, tracer rounds and shell blasts tore the darkening skies. Government forces are trying to win back the post seized by rebels on Wednesday. At least 2 Turkish civilians have been wounded in the fighting. Yarmouk camp in Damascus is home to Syria's largest population of Palestinian refugees. Smoke rose over its rooftops as Syrian army soldiers stormed through the streets, hidden to the camera filming this footage. Government forces made at least 100 arrests. The assault has drawn condemnation from the Palestine Liberation Organization.
The Palestinian Authority and the PLO asked the conflicting parties since the beginning of the events to leave the refugee camps alone. These camps spent months in peace without being involved in the conflict, and a lot of Syrian displaced people resorted to these camps for protection.
This video is said to show the aftermath of the raid on Al-Hajar al-Aswad. The southern part of Damascus remains a stronghold for the rebels. They launched an all-out offensive on the capital in July before retreating to the suburbs. In Aleppo, there were fierce battles in the shattered streets as opposition fighters tried to consolidate their grip on the Al-Amariya district. Over in Homs, the Syrian army is also stepping up its offensive. This is the town of Talbisa after heavy shelling and airstrikes. President Assad insists the rebels will not win this conflict, but that the door to dialogue is still open, though there's little evidence either side is willing to lay down arms just yet. Rory Challens, Al Jazeera.